Shut up and sit down.
Yeah. The day us two are professional, mate. Hello, gang. Colin here. It's the 67's workshop. Yeah, and Dave, me sidekick there.
Hello, everyone. Trying to be a bit professional and failing at the first hurdle.
Oh, mate. Yeah, because I went and pressed my button too early this week because you said professional and I got that nervous tick, you know.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, hello, gang. How are we all? Hope everyone's safe after this week's slightly stormy weather, and our friends in Europe as well, Marcus and that, you know.
It's been ever so slightly breezy, but, you know.
Yeah, it's a bit like a battle zone out there at the moment. We had the tree people out, obviously trying to... bloke across the street's rather flat murk, you know, they was out with the chainsaws. But yeah, he's one of them neighbours, isn't he? You know, I'll park my car there, you know, because my gate is there and I like to just walk it. So he had a go at the geezer with the 50 quid Mini the other night and got him to move his Mini out the way so he could park his Merc, and he come out in the morning, there's a tree branch on it. Karma's a wonderful thing.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Oh,
yeah, because the bloke stood by his Mini just dusting off a few little leaves going, oh, cool, narrowly avoided that. And my boy's like, that ain't going to buff out, mate.
Yeah. Karma is such a wonderful thing.
Absolutely, but other than that, I hope everyone's safe and well out there, and but, you know, no one's physically hurt. So yeah, let's have a look at who's in chat, and then we'll come and see what we've been up to. We got grumpy old Smurf in at the top there. Let's move that in the middle so I'm not looking to one side. Model Maker Dave saying hello to everyone. Good
hello, everyone.
I think Aid is changing his name every 2 minutes there because it's grumpy old Smurf and then Smurfs don't work. So yeah, how you doing? Al McNichols in says, afternoon everyone in chat. I'm going to be lurking as I'm redecorating my lounge and I need to change colours to a more medium expression. Yeah. Have fun, he says. That'll be magnolia then, Dave, won't it?
Well, no, it could be the posh magnolia because you might have sparkly bits in it.
Yeah. Normally, if people want to have a relax, it's magnolia. I'll have a pot of magnolia, mate.
Yes.
Sprue and Glues in says, Festa Hugs, Dave Hugs and Chat Hugs. Hello, David. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you in the chat there, mate. Panzer's in. He says, morning, including the lurkers. He says, Festa Hugs, Dave Hugs and all of that. And Smurf and Sprue Hugs. Christopher Porter's in, saying hi all. Hello, Christopher. Hope you're doing all right. Everyone's saying hello to Christopher. Now we've got AD, a.k.a. Smurf, in, saying afternoon, Sprue and Glow.
Do you think he's bored?
Yeah, he's bored. Well, his missus has gone away, so he's sitting there not knowing what to do with himself, so he's playing with his buttons. Marcus Bruns in, says afternoon, Colin and Dave.
Hello, Marcus.
He's jumping in and out. It's a busy Sunday. Greetings to all in chat. Greetings, Marcus. Hopefully it's busy in a nice way and it's not busy in a, oh my God, kind of, we've got to clear up the damage kind of way, because you don't need that.
No.
Adie's got fat finger syndrome this afternoon. Oh, is
that what they call it now?
Yeah. Oh, fat fingers, is it? Accidental presage of the keys, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Step away from the keyboard.
Absolutely. Richard Thomas, Scale Model World is in, says afternoon.
Hello, Richard.
Hello, Richard. How you doing, geez? Nice to see you. People saying hello there to him. He's saying hello back to Panzer. Paul D. Tommaso's in. Good morning, everyone. He says, I'm just waking up. Always that staggered, I've got to walk to the coffee pot type thing, Dave. What do you reckon?
It could be. It could be. Well, go careful and no stubbing of toes.
Absolutely. Andy McLeish is in, says morning all. Hello, Andy. Hope you're doing all right.
Hello, Andy.
He says, no, it's afternoon. Okay, yeah, we just had a bacon roll, he says, and coffee, with more coffee required, which leads us into Dave's question, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, definitely. So, what is or what has gone into your bellies? What have you got on your benches? And what is your beverage of choice for the viewing of us?
Absolutely.
Answers, as always, on a postcard.
He's good, isn't he? Eh? He's good.
I try. As good as you're going to get.
And and he's dishing out the chat. Festa hugs, Dave hugs, and Panzer hugs. Happy days. Al Arbor Leaders in says hello, everybody. Hello, Al. Hope you're doing all right. Ross Medlock is in, says afternoon, watching on the big TV whilst rearranging the man cave. Yeah, I saw you put some pics in the galleries, mate. Just got to scroll.
You go careful, Ross.
Just got to scroll back up there. Bobbins is in. He says, hello, fellow brunchers and woobists. Absolutely, mate. It's all about the woo.
Bobbins.
Hello, Bobbins, mate. Hope you're doing all right. Our Arbor Leader says hi to Panzer, who says hi back to everyone. James is in over at JC Bricks and Builds. He says, afternoon, Colin Dave and everyone in chat. Best hugs, Dave hugs, and big hugs and kisses to everyone from Shania. Big
Hello,
hugs.
little one.
Big huggage back. And who was a good girl the other day because she ate all her dinner? How do you? Extra hugs issued.
Yes.
The lovely Sarah Jane is in, says hi Festa 67's workshop and Dave's workshop. Hugs to everyone. Big hugs back, Sarah Jane. Hope you're doing all right, my love. That's Panzer saying hello to Sarah Jane, saying hi back. And of course, Panzer's gloating because he's got his job back, isn't he? Back as Sarah Jane's right-hand punishment issuer. So all his grovelling worked. Yeah.
Has he got dirty knees, has he?
Yeah, he thinks we haven't noticed, but we all, it's like, yeah, we all know what he
So is that dirty knees to go with wobbly wheels?
Yeah. Gauntlet has gone scooting across the floor with sparks coming out there. Cora Pink's in, says morning all. Hello, Cora. How you doing, love? At saying hi to Panzer and Sarah Jane and James. So everyone's saying hello to back to At there. Bobbins says beef and turkey sandwiches. He's got the Airfix Bufal torpedo bomber and now coffee. Good. Sarah Jane can't remember what's in me belly because she's too busy eating. Good girl.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Paul Christopher says hi to hi fellow modelers. Hello, how you doing?
Hello.
JC Bricks and Bill says belly, ginsters, Cornish pasty, bench, Lego, mock, lake house, beverage equals coffee. There you go, James. Well done, mate. Our Arbor Leader says hello to Festa and Dave. Hello, mate. Ada's got bench, Panther 5, belly, toast, beverage of choice, coffee. There you go. Panzer's got bacon and egg rolls with coffee. And bench, it's still upstairs. Beverage of choice, coffee, intravenously administered. Oh, of course, yeah, you're on a. Yeah. I want to go. I want to go to my bed because I've been working all night.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, Lamekins, and yeah, it's been a bit busy up there, mate. In it with all that's been going on. So I hope you're all right, mate. Bit cream crackered, probably.
Yes, probably. Yeah.
At old McNichol bench, Dave, he says, ammonia to clear the fumes of gloss silver white paint. There you go. Breakfast 6 hours ago was toasted loaf with mashed banana and a choice brew was iron brew. Good man.
Ooh.
Sarah Jane's issued her first warning to Dave for contempt. Oh. Oh, so glad I'm not you. Panzer says, just you wait, son. I've got a pick in the gallery just for you, Dave. Oh. Paul D. Tommaso says, what's this? New Star Wars kits. Yeah, and apparently there's new Batmobiles coming later on and all, so I'm looking forward to seeing them. Paul's in from International Scale Modeler. Hello, Paul. How you doing, mate? Many thanks, Friday, for the shout-out for the frolic, mate. Massively appreciated. And don't forget, folks, every day at the bench, pop over to Paul ISM and have a looky-loo, because he does a daily live stream. And if you want to learn how to do shiny and 2K and all of that, that's the geezer you want to go and watch, folks. So
Oh, definitely.
get yourself over, ring-a-ding the bell, and give him a big like and a subscribe and share the love. Our Arbelida says, Belly, hot dog and rice, bench to me a Mercedes AMG GT. I saw the picture you put in the gallery, Al, that, and I must admit, that looks a seriously sexy bit of kit. One of them big touring cars, Dave, that we was looking at the other day after Wednesday, with the big old spoilers and all of that lot. And we keep getting tempted to get one, but it means going into shiny territory, and we're not quite that good, Dave, are we? Yeah, it's one of them. Shiny still scares the bejesus out of me on scale
shiny
models.
equals scary. Now, I think actually what we should do is we should send Fox in first to do, and then follow him afterwards.
Absolutely. Andy McLeish says, I am here. However, I'm at work today and I'm having the wibbles. Shh,
Oh, no.
don't let the boss know you're watching.
Exactly.
And he's also saying an hello to Paul over at ISM. Absolutely. Sarah's saying hello to Paul as well. Christopher Porter says, Belly, just had some spicy chicken. Bench, I'm working on Lion L. Johnson from Warhammer, the Horus Heresy with double H's. There you go.
You were.
Sarah Jane says, all right, to our Belida, excellent choice of kit, she says, by the way. It is. And Paul D. Tommaso says he's got himself some coffee and a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, Dave.
Ooh, very nice.
Not ordinary Cheerios. Honey Nut ones, mate. So that's
Cheerios with nutty bits.
Yeah, Cheerios, absolutely,
Yeah,
mate.
Cheerio.
But yeah, so that's the chat caught up with for now. So it's that age-old question, Dave. I tentatively ask, because you've got that look of mischief and merriment, what have you been up to, mate? And Al's mum, that's the most important thing. His mum's safe.
Model maker mum is fine. No real damage to report, apart from a flying cold frame that went from her garden into next door's.
Yeah, my mum was, cool, that was a bit blustery and I'm a bit miffed. I said, why is that? I've got a bit of wind damage. I went, oh no, you ain't, have you? She went, yeah. She said, my welcome mat has got blown across the road.
Well,
There's me thinking that she was sitting on the deck chair surrounded by a pile of rubble. But no, her welcome mat had blown across the street. It's like, yeah. Brilliant.
And well, if that's all that she's got, then she's got away very lightly.
Absolutely, bless her. Don't ever change, Mum, if you're watching, because she does watch the Sunday Brunch, you know. She sits there with my mates going, oh, look, it's what baby, she goes. Mum, I'm 55, love. Let it go. Sarah Jane says, I'm eating cheese and bacon pasta whilst waiting for this evening when I'm having an SJ special whilst watching the Daytona 500 tonight. Cheers for the heads up, Sarah Jane. I knew it was imminent, but I couldn't remember whether it was today or next week. So cheers for that. I'll be watching that. Andy says, let the boss know. Looks around. I am the boss today. Feet up, mate. Have you got any minions, Andy, that you can go... Couldn't get me a refill for me cup of coffee, could you?
He's probably there on his Jack Jones.
Delegating. Yeah. Mate of mine does the security cameras in London. You know, the street cameras and the big wall of monitors. He does all of that. And he gets paid really well for doing it. But he does, you know, he'll sit there with his wall of vision. He says, brilliant. He said, because I have an endless supply of coffee bought in with custard creams and any bickies of my choice. It's brilliant.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I was like, how on earth can you look at all them monitors and spot what's going on? But quite interesting, some of the stories we get told.
Well, I can imagine some of the antics that people get up to that get caught on CCTV.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah, absolutely. Andy says, yeah, he's got 1 million, he said, but he can't make coffee for toffee. Oh, mate,
Oh,
he needs educating, mate. You need to put your Andy foot of shame down on his forehead, mate, and go, right, me and you are going to have a chat about how to make a brew.
yeah, I think he needs extra training.
Or have a look under your desk. If you've got a spare 3-pin socket, get your boss to shout you're a Burko, mate, so that you can have an instant supply of piping hot water for beverages of your choice.
Well, he'll never move.
Absolutely. Al's got a question. Downloaded Wolf Racing, but how do I make them into decals? Any special tips? Yeah, I use Photoshop, mate. That's all I use, mate. Adobe Photoshop, do the decals, size them up, print them out, boom, straight on the model kit. But obviously, if you've got anything that's got white, then you'll need white decal paper to print it on, because you can't print white. Printers don't print it. So, you know, if you're using a transparent film, any white colours or vibrant colours, they won't have that richness because the white doesn't get added. And also you'll have to cut as tight to the decal as possible, because otherwise you're going to have a big white ring around it. You don't want a white ring, mate. Sarah Jane says, huge crash at Daytona last night. Bit of suspension ended up in the front grille of Michael Jordan's RV. Oh, my God. Hopefully no one's badly injured. It's fascinating watching the American car racing, because, one, the cars are absolutely stunning. But also that when there is a shunt, they just disintegrate, Dave. And it's quite alarming,
I've seen some of them where one will go up into the other one, and then another one will go in, and then they're off the sidewall, and then it's just like bits of cars going everywhere.
You sit there, don't you, and you're like, oh, he's gonna be waking up a bit sore in the morning. But when you see the crash and the flames and all of that lot, and then all of a sudden the little flap opens and the guy just gets out. And off they walk, and it's like,
no, no.
You know, me and you would be there going, oh, the pain.
Ooh, ow, ooh, ow, yes.
Andy McLeish said, oh, my God, he's just walked past and said coffee. I told him he'd better make it properly. Let us know. Keep us updated, Andy, because, we need this. Al says, thank you. I now have to invest in Adobe. Either that, Al, or you can use GIMP. That's free, mate. It's basically the Linux variant of Photoshop, mate, and it's free, so you can use GIMP. Andy says, Adobe Photoshop and Creative Studio is a tenner a month. Yeah, but, you know, you could use GIMP, mate. That's just as if
that's free.
Yeah, it's obviously not got some of the higher end tweaks that Photoshop's got, but GIMP's good enough to do decals with, mate. You can't go wrong with that at all. So yeah. Anyway, Dave, I was asking what you've been up to this week. I got sidetracked.
Never mind. Right, hang on.
You're going to hit me with nothing, ain't you?
No, I am busy trying to be profesh in changing cameras.
Yeah, right. Oh, God. I'll put you full screen, mate.
So, I have finished the construction work on the Churchill Crocodile in 1/48.
Oh, that's looking nice.
I'll tell you what, it is a nice little kit. So if anyone's like got a bit of a saggy mojo,
yeah,
get one of these, because the part count is quite low and it goes together really quickly, and it's a nice little build, and it's a Churchill with
a trailer,
with a towy bit, with a trailer for the flamethrower, because apparently all the fuel went in there and it went through and out the front.
Happy days.
We've got the Rupert.
Oh, is he a proper? Oh yeah, Tarquin. Oh yeah.
So we've got the Rupert, because look, he's got his hand down and he's conversationing on the radio.
Yeah, he's issuing his directives, isn't he, Dave?
Yeah, well, Yeah, I suppose.
Though the other guy on the other end of the radio, they're saying, what's he saying? He's going for four.
And the orc.
Oh, the petrol bomber orchid. Yeah.
Come on. Is he going to give me focus? No. Yes. No. Maybe. I put him in the Dettol bath because I wasn't quite happy with the way he was turning out paint wise.
Yeah.
So I mixed up my own slightly darker grey primer, sprayed that on, and then I've been working the green on.
Yeah.
Slowly, and I think I'm about there. And he's got some lineage. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, yes, for his tattoos, yeah.
I've put some clear blue in there for kind of trying to represent some Indian ink.
Yeah, yeah.
Which actually, to be fair,
has worked.
Has come out all right, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I think I'm going to do a few bits of highlight on there, and then maybe put a bit of a dirty wash over it, and that'll be the top half done.
Job's a good one, mate, isn't it?
So and then I've got this one to do as well.
Yeah, he's quite angry, isn't he? He's got the right him, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've kind of tried to pose it so that he's looking at someone as if he's about to give them a mouthful.
Yeah, if you notice, Dave, every single walk you build looks like Ron Perlman out of Hellboy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, poor old Ron's probably sitting there going, I'm missing out on millions of dollars worth of commission here, but every single one looks like him. Don't know why.
So that's it.
Nice.
Apart from what we did Wednesday on the digger.
Yeah, because we had digger times, didn't we, Wednesday?
Yeah. So it's over by the hobby zone drawers, still drying up or setting up.
Sarah Jane saying the engine got ripped off of a car last night. Oh, did it? Oh, wow. Atoll saying, I don't want to gain from a certain youngish lady, so we'll not mention what the Wolf Racing decals are for. Let's put chat back on there. He says, I'm a coward at art in my old age. And then Andy McLeish says, is that a 50 Atoll? You might need to issue a warning to Andy there, Sarah Jane. And then James is in. Is it a what if Wolf Race design that you're doing on a specific car? There you go. Ooh. Absolutely. So, yeah, what have I been up to?
What have you been up to?
Put me lights on.
Oh.
Go for the easy option. Yeah, they're on.
Lights, camera, action.
Absolutely, Dave. And I'll do a whoppy wop wop on the camera. And come round and have a looky-loo. What have we been up to? Let's just migrate round and do at the bench that way. So far, we got that I'm going to be doing this afternoon with Fox. That's had a coat of lead belcher all over.
Ooh.
As a base.
Now that's a thing. There's a thing.
Yeah, it's off of that kill rig. It's got a big squig that goes underneath there. But yeah, that's been based with lead belcher and then had a matte varnish sprayed over it so that paint will adhere, because obviously lead belcher being shiny, metally. Yeah, the layers on top will flake off otherwise. So that's going to have the painting started on that this afternoon on the stream with Fox over on Model Making Guru. I've dry fitted some of the panels on the bike just to get a feel for it.
Ooh, that's nice.
I've now got to take all the bodywork off and give it its 2K and then out with the ultimate polishing system. Yeah, good plug there. Good plug.
Oh, subtle.
Yeah, which is just there. And you've got to get one, Dave, because it's the dogs, mate. So yes, that'll be buffed up, polished up, and all of that lot. But I wanted it to dry fit it because I just wanted to do a wheelie. Because, yeah.
That was really good.
So it did there. Yeah, go
on. Steve from TSM, he's in, saying hello to everyone.
Hello, Steve. How you doing, geezer? in the background there, you can see the beginnings of the Suzuki for remodels. Move that in. That's sat at the back there. That's sub-assembly started there, ready for building.
Very nice.
We've got obviously the digger that we've been doing on the Wednesday stream.
Yep.
That's where I got to on that bad boy.
Yeah, you're ever so slightly in front because you got the underside panels on, which is
Absolutely.
next to me.
And I might have been 3D printing again, Dave.
No,
Yeah, look,
that's unusual for you.
big old Mad Max.
Oh heck.
So I've been doing that because I'm going to be doing a 24th scale version of this to go with my Mad Max car build. So I've been playing with that this week. It's just add a couple of layers of primer and then a black primer lightly brushed over the grey just to start building up the leather. And I just do it in multiple layers of primer in different areas to try to give it different undulations and character. So that's kind of what I've been up to, mate, this week at the bench. I can't see anything else that I've built that I would need to show because I think people have already seen it all, mate. So that's kind of where I've been doing stuff. So I'll just switch back over to my ordinary camera.
Oh, Sarah Jane has issued a first warning to Andy. Not quite sure what for. But...
that'll be ridiculing Sarah Jane over certain cars with certain names and certain liveries. I do believe because he went for a stealth dig, didn't he? And I think she's noticed. Jane says that looks like an Orkified bike frame there, Colt. Sarah Jane says, love the bike. Yeah, it's getting there slowly but surely. The decals have been a bit of a pain on it because, yeah, I think, like I say, they've aged a bit and they was a bit flaky. But luckily for me, I had plastic coated most of them. So,
oh, that's handy then.
You read Steve's in. He's saying hello to everyone.
Yep.
Andy's got his first warning. JC Bricks and Builds. Angry wolf head on bonnet and body along the rear of the car over a wolf grey colouring acrylic gloss. Oh dear. Oh. And a cat saying hello to Joseph. Joseph Kelly's in. Hi all. Hello Joseph. How you doing, mate? Steve saying hello to James. Atoll saying hello to Steve. How are you? Have you survived the storms? Yeah, Steve was in his shed during the storm, but it was a bit rattly in there apparently.
Can you imagine?
touch wood, Steve, on all seriousness, mate.
No, hopefully everything's all right.
You must have been a bit anxious because in that shed is a lot of, you know, so, yeah, I can imagine, mate, that you was a bit... he says all good here. The greenhouse took a little hit, but fixable. And talking of man caves out in the garden. And that, I know Paul's what's his name in a big shed up there and that. And hopefully everything's all right at Bretland Towers as well, Paul. You know, and for your gang, mate. Hope everyone's all right up there, mate. GB's Model Sounds to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for the subscription. The name rings a bell. And Sarah Jane says, Joseph Kelly, getting there. How are you? Absolutely. And she's got 2 of them Kawasaki's to build. Yeah, I'm going to be starting, Sarah Jane, the Ninja Carbon shortly that Wendy shipped to me. And I had a look in the box the other day, and I've got on order the Top Studio decal set for the fairing because it's all very angular and you can get a complete decal set for it. So I've got that on order. When it arrives, I can then start that build. So have a look out for that one because I'm going to be doing a bit of the old C1 metallizer polishing on shiny chromy surface. Yeah. Andy McLeish said, Sarah Jane, I'll take all the warnings you can give me. Oh, he's feeling brave, isn't he, eh?
Now that sounds like the gauntlet has been slammed down.
I'll tell you what you're going to end up with, Andy. You're going to end up with the look.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Whoa.
Even I'm getting scared now.
I'm nervous, Dave. Should we head on to the gallery in a sec?
Yeah, please do.
I'll get that done because I don't know about you, but I'm like,
Yeah.
So let's have a looky, Lou. Helps if you load the gallery up first cold, doesn't it? So I'm going to do a quick refresh in the gallery there. He says, oh, Andy's got an update for us. He went, holy crap, he says, he's made a decent cup of coffee. Maybe this minion isn't so bad. There you go.
Ooh.
There you go, mate. So hopefully, mate, yeah. Right. Let's do a screen share. Have you a bit of that. Have you some of that. Get that on there. And then I can bring me chat back up. Once I load that on screen. Does help, Carl. There you go. Right, let's load the chat up so I can see the chat things.
Ooh.
Right, Dave. Let's have a looky, Lou. Now, I've got an apology to make.
Oh.
Yeah, because I said last week I was going to visit someone's channel, didn't I? And I forgot.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Don't know why that's there. In the corner. Don't know what that's all about. Where'd that come from? There you go. We're still sharing. Right. Yeah, I meant to have gone over to someone's YouTube last week, didn't I? They put their YouTube channel in at the end, and I had it minimalised on the thing. And, of course, we went off air, didn't we? Because your phone went.
Yeah.
And I kind of forgot. And it was our friend Richard Thomas. So apologies, Richard. You probably looked forward to seeing your channel. So let's open it up and give you a visit, shall we? I know you said there wasn't a great deal on there, mate. But anyway, he's got 31 subscribers, peeps.
Ooh.
So I'm going to put that in the chat. Hastykins. And there's his channel, folks. He's going to be putting more and more content up. So, yeah, if you haven't subscribed to him, let's see if we can get him up to 50. And then over the next few weeks, we can get him to 100. So that he can get a nice custom URL and he can start growing his channel, peeps. So as you can see,
he's got 32 now because I've just subbed to him.
Absolutely, see. So hopefully, Richard, you'll see your channel grow a bit because we've got a reputation on the brunch for getting people to like 1,000, a couple of hundred. We like to get people to certain milestones. So
we like a bit of the pimpage.
Absolutely. So there's loads of content going to be going up on here. I'm really bigging you up here, mate. So yeah, as you can see. You know, it's only a recent channel, but he's already pumping up the videos. Goodwood Festival of Speed. Happy days, you can have that. AIDS subscribe. Look, he's got up to 36 already, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
You know, Steve Like Me was already subbed. I'll give the bell a ding-a-ling just to show people. Click all. There you go. And you'll now get notifications on everything that he uploads. So there you go. As promised, Richard. Get in there, mate. We like to pimp channel. Sarah Jane's already subbed. Good girl. Huggages issued. And yeah, so we look forward to seeing your channel grow, Richard. We'll be keeping an eye on you, mate. Atol says, yeah, that to me looks as if it's real. Exactly, mate. Exactly. And it's like, yeah. So Cora Pink's just subbed. So yeah, let's have a look, see how his subs are growing. But yeah. Nice to see, 37 already. So, yeah, it'll keep going up. He said it's okay. He says, not a lot there. Need to learn about intros extra. Any help would be welcome, mate. Yeah, we'll help you out, mate. But, yeah, hopefully, mate, we can start growing your channel with you, mate, and following your journey on the YouTubes.
Yes.
So that's Richard over at Richard Thomas's Scale Model World, folks. So let's do a quick refresh on the pimpage and get the group up and start showing the gallery. And he says in the chat there, thanks, guys and girls. That's all right, mate. It's what we do, mate. We like to share the love, Richard. Oh, we got cute alert immediately, Dave.
Ooh, yeah.
Alicia Williams says Shania is building a Lego dinosaur Triceratops, or Fox's favourite dinosaur.
Oh. Yeah, but dinosaurs are cool.
Absolutely. All dinosaurs are cool. With Daddy, she says, in which she is called Tia. And she is now with the rest of the dinosaur family until she maybe gets some, maybe gets some more. Paul Christopher's subbed to Richard. Well done. Thank you, Paul. Name rings a bell for a reason. Shania is sat there and she is building tea up and already looks highly interested in what she's doing, Dave.
Oh yeah, it's the level of concentration.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's mulling it over now, isn't she? Right.
Yeah.
I need to think this through. It's all the peas, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's thinking it through and possibly saying a nice beverage would help me with this contemplatory process.
Yes. With lots of marshmallowy bits in.
Absolutely. And there you go. You got the egg with the Triceratops badge on it. Oh. She's put a lot of extra detail in there, Dave.
It's nice to see that she's cracked it.
It's nice to see they've shelled out and got her another dinosaur. See what we're doing, folks. Exactly.
Is the yoke on them or the yoke on us?
Exactly, Dave. See, there's more.
Take that one up for you.
I know. And there she's thoroughly into it there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, bless her.
Yeah, look, she says, it's got a body, Dad. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm sure she's grown a bit since last week. It must be because she ate all her dinner up, Dave.
Well, yes, definitely.
And
she needs to continue to eat her dinners up so that she grows even bigger.
She's looking over and going, "Oi, you, get the kettle on." Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing.
Where's my chocky drink with the marshmallowy bits?
Absolutely. Yeah. Coming along nicely there.
Yep.
Absolutely. Look, she says, look at that. Hey?
Oh, definitely.
Hey, I built this all myself, she's saying.
All by my very self.
Yeah, all of it, she says. All of it, Dad. Oh, look.
Oh, that's a proper little collection going on there, isn't it?
That's a proper shelf of goodness, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, bless her. Well done, Shania. Top job. Bless her. She gets bragging rights there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Andy says extra. Honestly, he said this is getting more scrambled by the minute. Yeah, don't you go poaching our jokes now, Andy. See? So it's yeah. And Panzer says, please stop egging each other on. Exactly. And
don't overboil them.
Absolutely. Andy's saying, no can do. Andy's just paid 400 quid for his lecky bill. So he's skint. Yeah. James has had a bit of a busy week. He built up and nearly finished painting the 1/6 female elf mage resin figure. Yeah, he's been doing flesh tones, Dave.
Flesh tones.
Yeah, he's got an appointment at the opticians to get more powerful glasses lenses, I think.
Oh, will he? Oh dear.
He's made a start on a Tamiya 1/24 McLaren Senna in the 24/7, yes.
Ooh.
And he built and finished the Lego Mott windmill on Tuesday's stream. Also, he made a start on building the lake house in the 24/7 and a 1/14 Mercedes 300. Excuse me. 300 SL Gull Wing in yesterday's stream, which we were accompanied by Lynn and Ross for some banter and laughs. No mention of any lamps whatsoever. Yeah, poor Marcus. And
okay.
Yeah, shield your eyes. Anyone of a nervous disposition, shield your eyes, because flesh tones are about to grace your screen.
She's not wearing very much, and what she's wearing touches where it fits and fits where it touches.
Absolutely. Now, yeah, there was a lot of squinting involved in this, Dave.
I can imagine.
And yeah, James has got gold, black and flesh tone stripes down the front of his nose. But yeah,
probably got him on his eyelids as well.
Yeah, it's coming along nicely, James. Coming along nicely, mate. And yeah, I'm trying to be mindful of what I say because I don't know whether young ears are still listening. So I'm trying to be
yes,
professional. Yeah, but no, it's coming along well, James. My usual jokey puns, I'm having to be very guarded about because yeah. There's the McLaren Senna with the brake discs and calipers on, looking rather splendid.
It does.
Absolutely, mate. Well, he can't do brum brum noises yet because there's no wheels on there. But
no.
Yeah. There's a big old windmill there, Dave, isn't it, eh?
Oh yeah, where is Windy Miller?
Good shout. Good shout. He says, don't worry about things. He says the dinosaurs, the next ones are going to be bigger. Oh.
Oh heck.
Oh, dear. That is a windmill, Dave.
It is. The mill of the wind.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, got a bit of ground going on there, bit of basage, bit of a pond, bit of decking.
So he's decked out.
See what he did there, mate.
Mm-hmm. Shall I get me coat?
Yeah, I would, mate. Ray Aquilina is in from Malta saying hello. Hello, Ray. How you doing, geez?
Hello, Ray. Hope all is well.
Hope you're all right, mate. Yeah, look at that.
Flash phones again.
I know. Yeah, nervously clicking the mouse now.
Yes, be careful where you stick the pointer.
Ross Medlock, aka the scale model Ninja. Bench has now moved into a new position after removing 5 mil off of one end. Now the now the fun part. Don't know where I'm going on this. Reading out loud, Cole. What possibly could go wrong? Now the fun part begins, moving all things back in. Laugh out loud. Yeah, a bit like me when I used to say I'm going to clear out the shed, love, and I put it all on the lawn, and then everything that I put on the lawn went back into the shed.
Strange that, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope you're all right out in Malta, Ray. I hope you didn't get no storm damage either, my friend. So, yeah, and, yeah, fair old bit of moving around.
Oh.
That he's had to do. All of this to chop 5 mil off the end, mate.
I know.
I would have just got the skill saw out and cut it off in situ, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah.
Have you some of that? But, yeah, and...
Oh,
we may have been mocking Ross last night on stash and how much of the stash he's owned up to and all. Yeah, so we may have been making him squirm a bit last night. Yeah,
he's got a bit there, hasn't he?
He has. So yeah, he's been beavering away. Bless him. Panzer Koenig. AFV Clubs M109 Rochev, nearing the end of completion of building even. Just a few parts to add and some tarps to sculpt into the stowage. Right, Dave, have you got your spirit level and your bag of rivets ready?
No, I'm just looking at all that photo action thinking.
Look at that lot. Hey? Now, me and you were impressed just putting a little photo etch grill on our digger 2 weeks ago, but look at that.
Grave.
Innit?
There's loads of it.
I know. I mean, come on. Oh, mate. Yeah.
All joking aside, the patience just to do. No.
Absolutely. And obviously, Panzer had his steel ruler out the other day when he aligned every single wheel perfectly, Dave, for you.
As he should do.
Bobbins has said, massive boom tube.
Yeah, well, yes. Very massive boom tube.
Yeah, but I'm looking at these stowage baskets, Dave. I mean, bloody hell, innit, eh? Yeah. I would have been crying. I would have gone. They got blown off in the battle, didn't they, Dave?
Well, yeah. Is there any on the back as well?
I think they might be ordinary plastic, but I don't know whether some of this trims photo etch and hinges, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, look, Dave. Look at the little grill.
I know.
Stunning take. God, it does look like resin, doesn't it? Is it resin?
I think
it looks a bit
resiny. AF Club is resin because I very nearly pulled the pin on one of the stollies that they do.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I looked at the price and took a very, very sharp intake of breath and thought, I'm not paying that.
Absolutely. I was glossing a couple of doors. No worries at all, mate. You carry on, mate. Panzer says plastic. Yeah, I don't know why, Pans. It just looked resin, mate. It's Stunning work. I like the correct alignment of the wheels, mate. You've gone out your way there, haven't you? Because apparently someone rivet counted Panzer the other month because he had a wonky wheel. And no, you know, I'm not going to drop the person in it that did the rivet counting, Dave. But yeah, sorry for the cough
I
there.
felt the skid marks as I went under the bus then.
But yeah, looking rather splendid, Panzer, mate. Top job there, mate. Have you a bit of him? But yeah.
Kudos for doing all that photo.
Absolutely. Marcus Brun was planning to continue to work on my Motorhead bomber, but then it finally happened. He walked into my cave, saw what I was doing, got his Gundam I bought him a while ago and started building. First Gundam, first cut. There you go.
Oh.
And this is, I do believe, Marcus's lad doing a Gundam. There you go. Or is that Marcus's hands? Answers on a postcard. Andy McLeish says, who's rivet counting? I promised Dave that I wouldn't throw him under the bus, Andy. God, that was quick, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, bit of Gundam. Yeah, that's definitely Marcus's lad because there's follicles hanging from his canister. Now, Marcus is like me. He won't mind saying he's got an advanced solar panel on his forehead. There you go.
Oh, is that what we're calling it now?
Oh, yeah, it's a protruding forehead, Dave. It just takes us a bit longer to wash our face in the morning, mate.
Oh, okay.
You know, or I say I have my eyebrows lowered so it looks like I've got more of a forehead above them. Oh, yeah. Oh, we know where this is going, don't we?
We do.
Yeah. Yeah. Boom. There you go.
It happens.
Welcome to the world of Stabity.
It happens.
And the thing is, now you've cut there, you do realise every single knife cut that you ever make into that thumb will always be in exactly the same spot.
Place. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh, look, plaster issued. Oh.
Yes.
Did Dad give it a kiss to make the bloodness go away? Make the nasty pain man go away? Yeah, but yeah, and absolutely, mate. Yeah. And it's going to be a big old Gundam, mate. Get in there, mate. Good way to introduce yourself to the world of modelling, mate.
No, good lad.
Welcome to the community, my friend.
Yes, enjoy.
And hopefully the Stabity gets better soon. And Sarah Jane is saying to Andy that she's got to have at least a tanker load of Malibu to get warm. Absolutely. Ross says the big move round begins. Didn't realise how much stuff I had. More photos of the big move round going on.
Oh, good grief.
Got a few planes on the ceiling there, Dave, hasn't he?
Yeah, plain sailing.
See what he did there?
Mm.
Oh, yeah. I spy a London bus.
Yeah, so do I.
Got a very enterprising build there underneath. See what I did?
Mm.
HMS Victory, Dave. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes. Sailing to the wind.
Absolutely. You can have a spider pig for free. Have another one. Bismarck's there. Got a fair old bit of benchage going on there, mate.
He has.
Yeah. Me, Dad? No, nothing to do with me. I never did it, honestly.
No, wasn't me. Wasn't me, Dad.
Big boy did it, Dad, and he ran away over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, bench of goodness, mate. And yeah, the infamous Medlock stash. Dun 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 dun.
Mm.
Al Arbor leader, after finishing the weathered build of the F4 Phantom and the G6 Rhino, now my next build is a clean one. The Tamiya Mercedes Leon Kavost AMG GT. I don't know whether I've said that right. Probably not, but Dave, this has got such an aggressive look to it, isn't it?
I want one.
It is. It's one of them, innit? I'm like, oh, yeah.
That looks stunningly gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that. I just had a quick swig of drink. It does, and straight away when I saw that, I immediately thought David Hunter on carbon body shell.
Yes.
God, could you imagine him doing one of them in full carbon decal wrap? David, if you're watching back, mate, there's a challenge, mate. Mind you, though, if anyone's going to do it.
Yeah.
And I must admit, I'm looking forward to following this one because, like you say, he started to build up there. And already you can think, yeah, this is going to be super clean, isn't it, Dave?
It's going to be a cleaner than clean.
Yeah. Absolutely floored it there, isn't he? See what I did?
Moving on.
Damn, tough crowd. So, yeah, keep them coming now, mate. Really looking forward to seeing that, mate. Marcus Brunner's managed to get some wings sorted, Dave. Go on, get it out your system.
He winged it again then, didn't
There
he?
you go, mate. There you go. Have you some of that?
But he's plainly coming on.
It is, mate. It is. Certainly is, mate. Yeah, you can imagine all the airplane noises that he's been making.
Well, you would hope. Well, he can't because he's got no engines in it yet.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
He's got no props. He's got no props on the front, so
Absolutely. He's got a load of clamps of goodness there. Sarah Jane says a swimming pool of Malibu would suffice for the first morning. Good girl. She's
in for the kill.
That's quite a light warning, actually. I would have gone Olympic-sized swimming pool. Well done, Marcus. Looking good.
And a supply of straws.
Christopher Robert Poulter. He got his girlfriend, Joanne Houghton, a graphics tablet for Valentine's Day. This is her first picture drawn on it. And all I'll say, Dave, first picture.
Well, do you know that style reminds me of?
Reminds me of the Gorillas.
Yeah, but also reminds me of our sadly departed Nim.
Nim Sindarin, yeah. May she rest in peace. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful work.
Stunning work, though. Absolutely stunning work.
Absolutely. First picture, Dave. It's like, yeah. Have you some of that?
It makes you wonder what, once she gets used to it, what other delights that she will come up with. Please post more.
Absolutely. And if you're watching this, Christopher, get her to post more, mate. Put an album up in the gallery. And keep us appraised on her work, mate, because we do appreciate this sort of art because,
yes,
like I say, we lost Nim last year. She was a wonderful artist and she sadly passed. And, yeah, very reminiscent. Yeah.
But very, very good. But yes, definitely do not stop posting.
Absolutely. Scott Sutherland over at the Junk Works, king of weathering, as we like to refer to him. Work is progressing on this tiny mixer. A video will be on his YouTube channel soon. Dave, look at it. It's just amazing how he does it, isn't it? It's just unbelievable, isn't it?
He's like, you think, yeah, I can do that. It's not until you sit in front of something and think, right, how am I going to do this?
Well, yeah, you look at how that is. Every single scratch and everything just looks right. And, you know, this is a tiny little thing at the end of the day. And he's still nailed it. And it's just like, bloody hell, Scott.
I like the fact that he's got a dink in the back of it.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you know, it's typical, isn't it? He has obviously studied weathering so well. I mean, look at the size of that compared to his paintbrushes. It is tiny. And yet flawlessly executed.
Stunning.
It is, Dave, isn't it? I mean, yeah. So if you haven't been to Scott's channel, it's the Junk Works. with
Yeah,
an X on the end of works, and give him a subscription, folks,
yeah.
because
I'd actually quite like to sit down and watch that video of
yeah.
how he's done that.
Christopher Porter says, I'll get her to post some more artwork in the group herself when she finds the time to draw again. Absolutely. I look forward to it, mate.
Definitely.
Model making guru, with time really limited at the bench over the last few weeks, it's taken ages. But the Vanquisher's base coat chipping's done. Next is the decals, some Alliance stripes and detail painting, and then that will need chipping. Always with the chipping. And yeah, I mean, look at these, Dave. Beautiful, isn't it? It's amazing, isn't it? Every single one of them hand painted. Now, he criticises himself, saying, I've only done this little bit today. But when you see how that's done, I mean, come on. You know, you've got an outer ring of the light colour, then you've got the brown over that. And that's for every single one of them. You know? Yeah.
He might have a bionic jaw, bless him, but when it comes down to chipping,
yeah, it's just stunning. I can look at these all day long when he puts these pictures up, you know, and yeah, I know we have a dig and we muck about with him and we do mock him at every opportunity because he don't stop talking. But when you see his work, it's beautiful, Dave, isn't it?
Yeah, when he delivers a picture or a object on the screen and I've just done a little bit of chipping.
Yeah.
Or I've done a little bit of weathering, you think, okay.
Well, for a long time, you know, we was pestering him to get back to doing what he's known for, which is painting. And he's finally got back to putting up some painting stuff. And this is what we all joined his channel for years ago. And when you see the way he does it, he makes it look so easy, but the results speak for themselves. And yeah, again, beautiful work, mate.
Is this one of the ones that he got from Forge World?
That would be correct, Dave. Yeah. Because he went and spent, off of his own back, Dave, he went and spent a load of money at Forge World. I was shocked when he told me about it, mate.
Oh, so he wasn't coerced or pushed into it?
No, that would be an ecumenical matter. I did pimpage, Dave. I did pimpage.
Oh, well done.
That was for the Friday Frolic, folks. If you didn't manage to tune in to Friday's show, pop back and give it a looky-loo and a thumbs up. Share the love. It helps the YouTube channel organically grow and helps little old Festa out with his channel. So pop over and give it a watch and a thumbs up. Type a comment. I always respond to me comments and say hello. And that was the Friday show where we was doing a bit of Warhammer building, but mainly mocking Fox.
Yes.
And Fox did a lot of talking. A lot of talking.
Yeah. Yeah. Surprised he's got anything left in his voice box.
Bless him. Marcus Brun says, while waiting for decals for my A10, a little side project, the Einkel HE111H6 Moat Red Bomber. Yeah. The 40th anniversary Einkel kit, Dave. We got these in our stash, didn't we, mate?
Yes, we have.
And, yeah, it's a bomber. That's all I can say on that. And, yeah, it's coming together well.
It is.
And hopefully, Marcus, you've been following the set rule of donating a piece of sprue to the Carpet Monster. Al says he can't stop rabbiting Colin, as it's what he does to make the time pass faster, as chipping can take days to complete, and then has to look after Guru Mum. Exactly, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. We're only playing with him, that old mate. You know, it's the in-joke, buddy.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Happy days. But no, we got these to do yet, Dave, and we are looking forward to digging them out, aren't we?
Yeah, well, exactly, but it's going to be a good one.
Absolutely, mate. And it didn't cost a bomb. Charlie. Yeah, tumbleweed, mate. Big one. Calum over at White Glove Models, excuse me. In this video, I'll be completing stage 5 from pack 1 of the Agura Models Battleship Bismarck. And yeah, part 5 is up on the YouTubes, folks.
Ooh.
Andy says, Colin said, Foldsworld, Foxy's ears may be twitching. Yeah, you can hear the scuttling of his heels as he's running up the stairs. Foldsworld, click, click, click. Richie Lamb.
Or is it the scream of his wallet realising it might get raped again?
Absolutely. Richie Lamb is in, says, hello, afternoon, guys. Made it in time after a busy morning. Happy days, mate. We had a ring-a-ding-ding there, but obviously I've got the gallery up, so I didn't see what came up on screen, so apologies. May have been a subscription, so thank you anyways. Luke Wald over at Scowl Motor, Dave. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't know whether you saw the video of him making this lowrider paint scheme, but he uses a Cricut and Adobe Illustrator to make his own tape masks, and yeah. He says, he says, got the final part of the 125th Revell Foods truck up on YouTube. It would be great if you would take a look, drop a like and a comment too. Thank you. He said, this video focuses on the engine, chassis and final assembly. But yeah, this paint job, he showed how he done it in his previous video, Dave, and it's all done with paint masks, you know, masking tape and all of that. But he loads it all up in Adobe Illustrator and then uses a Cricut craft cutting machine, you know, the ones that look like a little printer.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And he makes his own masks, and it's a really good process that he uses. And go and watch the videos on this guy's channel, folks, because he really, really does do some stunning work. And yeah, let's grow his channel. And there is basically finishing up. The link is in the bio. All the details for it are there. And there's the link to the video. So when you do go and watch it, leave a thumbs up, ring the bell, so you get to see more of his content. You won't be disappointed, folks. Joseph Kelly. I always says, I'm scratch building, Dave, a container ship out of my stash of chipboard, box cardboard and watercolour paper. All but the railings, those, he says, are made of styrene rod. It is 4 feet long, 7 inches wide and a foot tall at its highest point. The build's nearly there with a few more bits, the radar mast, the cargo containers to go, and then it's on to filling, sanding and painting. Scratch built, Dave, is all I'm saying.
Holy mother of God.
Now, we built a kit of this, didn't we?
We did.
Scratch built, Dave.
Jesus. Well, I don't.
Where do you start?
I don't know what to say.
Unbelievable, mate, isn't it?
It's stunning.
It is. I mean, I look at every single piece on here that has been cut, perfectly shaped, sanded, whatever he's done. And yeah, breathtaking, Dave, isn't it?
Well, it's the control tower that I'm looking at. And,
yeah, I mean, it's just, he's even got the outriggers and, oh, mate. You know these benches we used to have?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, folks, scratch building, you know, he's sitting there with a sheet of styrene and a pencil, pair of scissors. Richie Lamb says, was going to say he's the ship on a sofa, but he floats it in a swimming pool. Yeah, Sarah Jane's swimming pool full of Malibu, this will go in, wouldn't it, eh?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But it's just stunning, Dave. I mean, every aspect of it.
Good grief. Look at it.
I know. It's just, I mean, when you sit and think of this project, right, Now you sit there and you're like, day one, lay in the keel. Yeah. And that's when you sit there and go, oh my God, yeah. Unbelievable.
You know, we do this show to show the work that other people do, but when you have something like this land, it kind of blows you away, and you just think the work and effort that's gone in to just get it where it is now is unbelievable.
And then he's got all the painting, the weathering, and Andy McLeish says, he says, that's no ship, it's a space station. It is just stunning art, isn't it? I mean, this is what, when we say art and creativity and how honoured we are that people post in our gallery, it ain't BS at the end of the day.
No,
it's a genuine pleasure to show skill like this off. And it takes it to a whole new level, doesn't it?
Oh, completely.
You know I joke, oh yeah, I've scratch built and added this onto a kit, but what I do pales into significance to someone like this. This is just stunning.
I think the what we loosely term as scratch building or enhancing is insignificant when you look at something like this.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the person's name, but you got that chap that's building that 24th scale loco that he works on.
Yeah.
And it's like it's scratch built out of plastic card.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Andy McLeish says, speaking of ships, Cole, did you ever finish that cargo ship? It's sat up there on the cupboard, mate. We never did get round to finishing it, Dave, because Dave had his sabbatical at the time, where he had changed jobs and was invested in learning new things. So we will revisit it, Andy, at some point. I've only got the rest of the container decals to do on mine, but it will get revisited. We'll do an update on one of our Wednesday shows just to let folks know how they're going, mate.
Yeah, I can't remember where I put mine. I'll put it away somewhere safe.
Yeah, but we'll give you an update, mate. I'll drop mine down and do a quick 5-minute update for you, Andy. But yeah, I could look at that all day long, mate. That is absolutely shipshape. I can't contain my enthusiasm. Moving on.
Whatever floats your boat.
See what he did there. So far, so good. Oh, no. Oh,
it's
no.
That bad again.
Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse. John Reeves is in saying hello. Well, hello, John. Long time no see. I hope you're doing all right. How you doing in Ireland, mate? Hopefully you didn't get battered too much by the big storm fella. But nice to see you, mate. Hope you've been all right. David Hunter over at DH Model Works. Hi there, folks. That's the clear coat laid down on a Tamiya Mazda MX-5. Joseph says, I'll hang it on the wall, Sarah Jane. I told my wife I want to build a John Glenn Mercury capsule and the Redstone rocket 10 feet long, and she said, oh, hell, go for it. Good man.
Oh, get in there.
Al says he's going to need a big shelf for that to sit on. Absolutely, Dave. He's done it again, isn't he? Is that carbon fibre on that bonnet?
It's carbon fibre on the bonnet. That was the first thing I looked. That's the first thing I looked at, and I thought he's done it again. And
he has, hasn't he? He's a git, isn't he? Beautiful.
It's a gorgeous green.
It's stunning, isn't it? It leans out of the screen, puts its finger in the corner of your mouth, stretches it out and gives you a slap on the cheek, doesn't it?
It does.
That is, oh my God, shiny, isn't it?
Yeah, that's proper shiny.
Yeah, bloody hell. Unbelievable stuff.
So if he's done this on the body shell, what has he? What's he done?
I dread to think.
What treats are in store for when? Oh, look at that!
I know. It's just unbelievable, isn't it?
Oh.
Look at the detail, Dave, on the lock, on the boot. I mean, bloody hell.
I know.
Oh my God, David, you are unbelievably good at this. That is
Yeah.
stunning stuff, innit? And the thing I notice with the shiny guys is they do all the body shell 9 times out of 10 first, don't they? And then
Yes.
it's all curing in the background whilst they then go and build the tub and everything. And
Yeah.
yeah, but it's this 2K. It's because it's hot and they're putting it over decals. My brain immediately says to me, how the hell do they stop the bloody decals from melting?
I think.
It's got to be a really fine initial tack coat.
Yeah, I think that's what they do. It's like it's just a very quick swipe over just to get some of the clear coat down.
Yeah, probably more than one mist coat before the full wet coats start going down.
Yeah.
Because if you was to slather a full wet coat on that, you'd have wrinkly crinklies, wouldn't you?
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, I need to watch more people doing this before I tackle shiny on a scale model. It's
I think it's a couple of mist coats or 2 or 3 mist
Yeah.
coats, and
But
then
yeah,
they leave it for a little while, and then they go at it with a
Yeah.
slightly heavier.
and yeah, he says next up is the chassis and the interior. Yeah. Oh my God. Lee Barrett is my 7-inch McFarlane Space Marine, no particular legion, just used what colours I had. There you go. And again, I've got one of these sat in the cupboard. And again, Dave, they're perfect if you want to do a bit of chipping and a bit of this and a bit of that. They're perfect for that because, like I say, it's a 7-inch Space Marine. And if you haven't painted dudes and you're worried about going straight in and doing a small dude, why not paint a big dude first so you get used to the colour scheme and then you scale that down then? Just a thought. And he looks quite serious there, and he's like, yeah, see this big gum? Yeah.
He's looking a bit purposeful.
He is, but like I say, a bit of chipping going on there and behind the legs and that. So, yeah.
No, it's good.
Grab yourself one, folks. They're about 20 quid on the Amazon, and yeah. Have you a bit of him? Ross Medlock finally completed my Celestial Arcanum from Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormcast Eternal. God, that's a mouthful, Dave, isn't it?
That is.
After 3 months worth of detailing, I think the effort was well worth it, as I have learnt a few new techniques with the help of Cy Reynolds. Absolutely. A legion of knowledge is our Cy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it shows because, like I say, this is a really nice, beautiful piece of work, Dave. I mean, I've been watching this with intrigue for, like I say, the few months he's been doing it, and yeah, it's well worth it. I mean, look at that.
Well, yeah, it's something that you can just display on its own.
I mean, come on. Yeah. And it's just a wonderful little contraption, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and it's he's done himself proud there.
I think he has. And watching his confidence grow has been nice as well on this build, because he was tentative when he first started this, but after a few chats with Cy in the hangout, excuse me, and a few pointers, he seems, he's taken it on board and he's excelled himself on this one.
He's done well. Done very well.
Absolutely, mate. And yeah, a nice piece of art there, mate, for the shelf.
Definitely.
And it's just an unusual subject. It's just, I find it quite an intriguing little piece. Yeah.
No, good job, mate.
Nice job there, Ross, mate. You should be proud of that, buddy. Marcus Brun's getting there. He says the decals are coming, and this is his A10 tank buster, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
And Marcus has, I do believe, done some airplane noises.
Good man.
Yeah, I do believe that, yeah. John Reeves is saying, missed all the weather, all good in Belfast, just cold and wet here, laughing out loud. Yeah, bit of a samey day then out there, mate, is it? But glad to know you're all right, John.
That's the main thing.
At the end of the day, mate, because, yeah, it's a bit like a war zone round us at the moment. All we can hear lately is chainsaws where they're cutting up the trees that have fell down.
Yeah, that was the same Friday when I was at work.
Yeah.
Big
But
old
it's
thing
one of
come down.
those that people in this neighbourhood have been on about for a number of years, that some of the massive trees where the branches come right up over the tops of your houses, you know, it's like sooner or later them limbs are going to come down.
Yeah.
And they've been reluctant to start pruning some of them back, but I think they're going to have to now, because the insurance is going to be astronomical, mate, up and down the country.
Well, yeah, they're going to have to do something.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, the bloke over the road, he sent a drone up to have a look around the neighbourhood. He said it's like someone has drawn or laid a ruler on the ground and just crushed everything under it. He says a line that goes right the way through to the other side of the woods. He said so it must have been one hell of a gust that scooted through.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or several gusts, but yeah.
What is it? They said on, I think it was Friday night, they said somewhere on the Isle of Wight had a gust of 122.
Yeah, it was the Needles, mate. Needles Lighthouse, Dave. 122 mile an hour straight. Well, it's come straight through the Thames Valley, innit, and scooted out.
Yeah.
Because it acts like a wind funnel, doesn't it? Because you're the same as me. You're midway up the side, ain't you? I'm at the bottom. So
Yeah.
But yeah, it's proper done a good job. But yeah, luckily no one's been killed here, but quite a lot of damage locally. So yeah. But I give them due. They've been straight out and cleared everything and chopped everything and shored everything up. It's mainly roof sheds. But the guy just across the green here, Dave, 19 fence posts with concrete on the end ripped out of his property.
Ooh.
How they didn't hit other houses, because they've gone straight down the lane and onto the field the other side of the road from where I am. And they've not so much as touched any other property. It's amazing how that's happened.
That's some sort of miracle, that is.
Yeah, but his garden gate was leant against that kitchen window.
Good grief.
Yeah, though, it's just unbelievable. You're like, hold up a minute, you know. Calum there has got the Land Rover Series 3 109 by Revell build, Part 3. We got these in our stash, Dave, didn't we, these old Land Rovers? We will get round to doing them. Sarah Jane says to John, there's a storm tomorrow. Yes, it's Storm Franklin. I think tomorrow's coming over Ireland and going through the north of England. So, again, hopefully everything's all right and that people stay safe.
Oh yeah, this is the infamous Land Rover that I did an inbox review and then completed the inbox review, posted the video up, and then realised I didn't have a body shell.
Absolutely. Donkosaurus is in, says, hi everyone. He says, hi Colin, Dave and everyone in Chatland. Big dinosaur hugs. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're all right, mate.
Yeah, hope all is good.
So yeah, get yourself over and have a looky-loo at this. We will get round to doing that, as it's just we both haven't really hit on a theme, have we, mate?
No, to be fair.
Because you did your one, the NI one, didn't you, for the period when the Troubles were there, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the Italieri Land Rover fire truck it started off as, but
that's right. You've done a bit of a scratch build on it, didn't you, with all the additional bits? So
bits and pieces to make it a northern. Well, not any particular one. It was more generic.
Yeah. John says we're tough over here. He says only a lock off wind. Yeah. What is it? Me and Dave was talking about this, John, before we went on air, about how we used to walk backwards to school at a 45-degree angle to avoid being blown over. Yeah. You know, to us, it was a storm as a kid, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the weather forecast would be, it's a bit blowy outside, folks.
Yeah.
Now they have to name every storm and it's a global crisis. And it's like, when did this become a thing?
Yeah, and shutting schools when it snows. I seem to remember going to school in the snow and standing along the footpath or along the driveway, snowballing every teacher's car that came through.
Well, yeah, because we used to go out in the playground to make a slide. Do you remember the compact snow? You used to scoot along the ground until it become like an ice rink, and that was it. The school bags would be launched along it and everything, wouldn't it? And yeah. Phil Holden shared a post, and this is this figure he's been painting, Dave, with the camo. Look at that.
Oh, that is impressive.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. Christopher Porter says, do we have any 3D printer nerds here? He says, I'm wondering if I should get a Mars 3 or a cubic photon mono 4K. Sadly, I don't have space for a Saturn. Have a look at the specs. I think the Mars 3 is 4K as well. Have a look at the specs. Me personally, I've got a Lagoon Mars Pro. I find the fact that it has a completely lift-off top very convenient for me because I can get to all aspects of the printer. I found it extremely easy to set up, and I find the printing process on the Mars is a breeze, but that's because that's what I'm using. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a Cubics because I have an Anycubic filament printer, so yeah.
Yeah, like you, I have the Mars Pro. Again, very easy to set up, very easy to work with. The results that I get from mine are impressive.
Yeah.
I think it's the same with any 3D printer. Once you get it dialed in to your own particular area,
yeah,
and you've taken into account all of the atmospherics, you should be printing stuff
this
off.
is it. I mean, I had settings that I fired over to Dave. Now, I'm in quite a humid environment here because I've got a boiler and everything in this room. So it gave Dave an initial base, and then he could tweak that to set his own printing environment because he's in a cooler environment. So, you know, at the end of the day, whatever you go with, let us know, Christopher, and I'll just bat you over some settings as a starter and go from there, mate. But just have a look at the specs, have a look at some YouTube videos of both printers in use, and see which one you feel will be the easiest for you to use for your environment, and go from there. I mean, mine's about chest high on a cabinet, so for me to be able to lift the top off and get full 360-degree access to the resin tray and bits and pieces, for me, makes it easier for me to get in and do anything. So yeah, and I've just found it such a breeze to use, and I've probably am spoilt for choice, really, because it works for me. All right, but yeah, this is seriously sexy, Dave, isn't it?
That's probably one of the best camo jackets I've seen for a long time.
Yeah. It's just really beautifully done, isn't it? Now, I really, really am not going to say what he looks like he's about to do. Yeah. He's either there going, hold that thought, mate, because I had a chili last night, or he's trying to describe something to the Rupert.
Yes.
But yeah, I like that. Oh dear. Yeah.
Oh.
He's really done some stunning work, hasn't he?
He has. No, I like that.
And this is for the 432 build, isn't it? The Malta.
Yeah. 432.
Was mentioned. Top quality there, Philip. Top job. Yeah, it's the Tacom 135th AV 432. He says, today's efforts have largely focused on the crew figures. The crew commander's nearly there. DPM jackets and trousers. Material lightweight. Strangely, this figure even, from Valkyrie model, despite otherwise excellent sculpting by the artist, is depicted wearing old-fashioned World War II type gaiters and not the putties that we all knew and loved. Not much of a problem, as only his top half will be on display. The other two figures from DJ Parkin's firing line depict the motor crew, the cast in white metal and require work, or more work still to be considered complete. He's applied a coat of matte varnish to provide a modicum of protection when handling them later, but it has come out gloss. Right, what you need to do is you shake your matte varnish till you think it's fully shaken, and then you carry on shaking it.
Yeah.
Because it's one of them. You just got to continually shake the bejesus out of the stuff.
If you've got any, the little ball bearings that you can get, the stainless steel ball bearings, put a couple of those in as well.
Yeah, and really agitate the paint. Get yourself a nail polish shaker and put the paint bottle, the bottle of matte varnish into a little Vallejo bottle. Decant some in that and shake the bejesus out of it with a couple of shaker beads in there or ball bearings, and just keep it going, mate, because I matte coated the other day and it was, shake until you think it's enough and then carry on doing it. But yeah, it's a common thing. It drives your noggin in, doesn't it, Dave? But
it does, yeah.
Christopher says, thanks. I am leaning towards the Elegoo because it's slightly bigger on the Z-axis. Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, for me, in my environment, Christopher, you could lift off the whole top cover. You've got full access to the resin vat, the print bed, anything that you need to get to. Whereas the Anycubics tend to have a lift-up front panel, but you've still got the sides and the back on. And I find I've got hands like, two bunches of bananas, mate. And I can't always get in. So for me, the Elegoo works because I can get access to all areas. But that as a PM, mate, and I'll do a video of it in action or something. And there's enough YouTube videos out there. Steve Spencer Beanie's got some foodie pics for you. Some naughty and some slimming world friendly. Good for you, mate. Look at this lot, Dave.
Oh, lordy lum.
Innit? Oh. Now, I don't know about you. I'm sitting there like, yeah. He's a git, isn't he? Bit of the old vino.
Yeah, bit.
Yeah. Oh,
now that looks good.
Absolutely, doesn't it, eh? Yeah.
I'm getting hungry now.
You can always tell the chefs, can't you, in our galleries?
Oh yeah. It's just slap it on a plate and chew it.
It's just so elegantly done, isn't it? And it's like,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Presentation.
Absolutely. I'm hungry now, Dave. Don't know about you.
I'm starving now.
Cheers for them, Steve. He shared another post here, and this is for the Saturn V that he's doing. And it's the Apollo 11 50th anniversary, Dave. And look at this. Yeah. Have you some of that?
Do you think he got a boost when he finished that?
Well, this is quite a well-priced kit. It doesn't cost a rocket. Look at that. We do love an Apollo.
One of these days, I will get one.
Yeah, it's literally just sat there, my Apollo 11. It's one of them builds. You build one and you got to do it.
I don't quite know where I'll put it though when I've finished it.
Mine stands up next to my 3D printer, Dave. It's literally right next to the axis. It's just like,
Well, actually, it could probably sit on a PC over by the telly.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to build Saturn V. It's a bit like the baptism of fire, isn't it? You do a biplane, you do a Spitfire, you do an Apollo, don't you? We got another name here. Yeah, it's the man himself.
Oh no.
Yeah. Paul over at Paul ISM scale models shared a post. 25th scale AMT Dodge Super B is finished, he says. The kit was going great till final assembly came round, and then fit issues become apparent from various areas, including a pretty bad warp to the body and chassis. Built it as good as I could, and it looks okay, but it's a real shame though. And there's a list of everything that he's used to achieve this build, folks. So absolutely. And he does his interior with embossing powder, Dave. Yeah.
Embossing powder.
Yeah. But look at that purple, Dave.
Oh.
In it. It's, you know, they're stirring in the loins, isn't there? It's like, whoa, isn't it? Whoa.
I just want to get in it and steal it and drive it off.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Now, the question is, bearing in mind this is Paul, did Paul do brum brum noises?
I can imagine Paul does some pretty good brum brum noises. Because he's a bit of a boy racer at heart, I think, Paul. And I can imagine many a day he was sat at the lights in a Scooby or an Evo. And, you know, I could just imagine that he's left a few number 11s around the Wirral. And, yeah. So, yeah, I think bench brum brum noises may have been had, but will he admit to that?
Now that's the big question, isn't it? Is he going to come on here and say, yes, I did brum brum noises?
Yeah.
Or is he going to keep silent?
But I'm looking at that stripe. How perfectly that goes up and across and over. Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I can imagine the donations to the swear box for getting that lined up.
Getting that to sit down in them panel lines, I can imagine there was a few fudge sticks and broom handles echoed.
Oh, yeah.
But then he is a man who's got exemplary patience, isn't he? He does enjoy his modelling, doesn't he? And he gets into it. So, yeah, you could imagine he sat there and had a bit of a, excuse me, a bit of a subtle, yeah, no brum brum noises, sadly, he says, laugh out loud. Really, that surprises me, Paul. But he's thinking, yeah, I can do some, but I'm not going to tell the guys because they'll mock me. But yeah, I love it. I do.
So are we really saying that Paul is a secret brum brum noiser because he doesn't want everybody to know?
That would be an ecumenical matter.
that I don't think we will ever get an answer.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, despite the issues that you had with the build, Paul, it's still come out absolutely stunning. It's
gorgeous, isn't it? I'll tell you what, that is a lovely shade of purple.
It is beautiful, isn't it? And again, well, you had this thing earlier on, Paul, about 2K. About how the hell are you using really ultra fine mist coats? Because our biggest fear is getting the dreaded over hot, wrinkly, crinkly decal effect because, and it just seems flawlessly done, He said the rear stripe was masked and sprayed as the decal got destroyed. Was that clear coat destroyed or was that, Because we was asking this question earlier, Dave, weren't we?
We were, yeah.
Because that's our biggest fear is you'll decal a piece up and then all of a sudden you put the 2K on and your decals go...
Yes.
End up looking like the cheek of a 90-year-old's backside, It's like, yeah.
He's masked and painted that stripe, good grief.
I know, Dave, makes you sick, doesn't it? Never liked him anyway, Dave, did you?
No. You can go off some people.
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, the bench. Don't. No.
Right,
no.
so we'll have to now put it on the bulletin board everywhere that he is a secret brum brum noiserer.
Oh no, I'm not going to start that rumour. Bless him. But no, beautiful work, mate.
No, all seriousness and that is absolutely stunning.
Stunning, mate. And like you say, there's a nice list there. I like it when I see that because nothing worse than sitting there going, what's the build? What's the kit? What's this? What's that? It tells you everything you need to know there. He said 2K is really safe for 2K and there's very little thinner in it. He said, ham-fisted by me. He said, destroyed, laugh out loud. Yeah, for decals. Yeah, it's one of them, Paul, because as you know, I'm a bit all or nothing with airbrushes. I'm either fully out or fully in. I've lost a bit of dexterity, and I just know I'm going to end up slavering a shed load of 2K on, and this is going to melt everything. And yeah.
Well, I've done two. I've built two car kits.
Yeah.
The first one, the build was fine. The actual body colour was fine, but the clear coat I put over it, I don't think I'd put enough on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the second one was slightly better than the first.
Yeah. I mean, when I did the bike for E-models, I did a really fine mist coat on that and then just built it up bit by bit. But it was a bit orange peely, and it's my own bad, because it's only when I put the second layer on that it suddenly dawned on me, yeah, I didn't wet sand the bloody panels before I put the clear coat on, and it was like,
I didn't do a wet sand. And I didn't use the two clear. It was from Zero Paints. It was there all in one.
Oh right, yeah.
All in one, pre-mixed. Pour it out the bottle straight into the airbrush and go with that. And
so I think Paul uses the Gravity 2K, if I remember right. It comes in a box product. I've still got the 3 pots. Do you remember the Pro range you used to use, Paul? The 3 pots of stuff that we all got off of eBay. I've still got a load of that I use, but I might get a box of the Gravity and have a play with that. But yeah, he says there nothing will melt, but you can get runs. Ah, right, okay, mate. So yeah, but I do like that, and I do like the listing that they do of everything used. And what more can you say through an Apex?
Well, exactly.
Wayne's Model Works has added some shelves to his bench area to try to clear some workspace, and I think they came out okay. Look at that.
Well, it's looking all right to me.
Hey, mate. Nothing wrong with that, mate. A nice bit. I do like his base unit. It looks very Space 1999, doesn't it?
It does.
I like that. Yeah. And it's all about the man caves. He says, yeah, the 01K clear will eat decals alive. Ah, right. That's good to know. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He says, I use Gravity, best I've tried, and I've tried a lot. Yeah, I've still got the large, medium and small 3 pot system that you did how to use 2K clear video you done a good few years back, and I bought them 3 pots and I've had them sat there and I've been using them. But yeah, I'll probably have a look at the Gravity, mate, to be honest with you. But yeah, I've got a few cars that I want to do, but it's just that for me, Dave, it's the wet sanding, because I'm so heavy-handed, mate. And the minute you get to an edge on a panel, you end up with a bloody primer line because you've knocked all the paint off, and it's like, bollocks, you know. And yeah,
I'm a little bit like you. The flat stuff, I'm fine.
Yeah,
you get to any kind of an edge, whether it's a rounded edge or a squared edge.
Yeah.
I'll just
louvers. Yeah, louvers and grills, Dave. I always end up with a nice primer line down them, and I'm like, I'm going to have to repaint it now.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm doing it but I'm not. Because you don't see the orange peel going. You think, I'll just put a bit more pressure on, and all of a sudden it's like, boom.
You start off and you think it's not going, so you start applying it a bit harder, and then you think, no, still not going, and you more and more pressure on, and then suddenly you've gone through all of the paint layers and you're back to bare plastic, and you think,
Yeah, it does my head in when I do that. I had to repaint part of the Ninja because I took off a bit of the edge, you know, and it's like, really? I think for me is not to wet sand when I'm having a dodgy hands day.
Yeah, I think you need to be a little bit more careful.
Absolutely, mate. BAP.
And when you're having a really good day, then maybe do the wet sanding.
Yeah, exactly, Dave. And I think that's what I'll do, is just leave it. And then, like I say, I'm having a good day, I do sit and do a bit of wet sanding. BAP Atwell, he says, update on the 24th Revell 77 Pontiac Firebird. The body was painted with zero jet black. Unfortunately, the bonnet support showed through to the surface. The bonnet was stripped down and then sprayed with Stynel Res metal primer and then black primer to try and block the support showing through. It was again sprayed with very fine coats of the zero jet black, and this worked. The decals have been applied, ready for a 2K clear coat. The distributor was drilled and plug wires installed. I bet they're in the right firing order. Engine finished and a wash applied. The interior was painted using zero interior leather. Self-adhesive carpet added. Bloody hell. UV glue was used to make the glass on the dials. Good shout. Chrome was applied using a chrome pen. Photo etched seat belts added to the seats, and the wheels were sprayed in gold and the faces then painted in silver. Bloody hell, Dave. But
that's some detail.
Yeah, but see what he meant. Look, what a shame.
Yeah. Ooh.
See, that's when you get gutted, isn't it? But he's dusted himself down. He's gone back. He's redone it. He's fettled and finagled and got a much better result. And
that's much better, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, getting that all on there. Oh, mate, classic car, in it. It's
iconic.
Pontiac Firebird. Why am I Smokey and the Bandy in you know? It's
exactly
iconic. Yeah, gets in there. Yeah,
that's lovely.
Oh, look at this. You go off, people, can't you?
I know.
Beautiful, beautiful. And look at the carpeting.
I know.
I like the idea of that, because I don't know about you. I mean, I've got the flocking powder, but it always gets a bit bitty, doesn't it? You know, you have a lot one side and not as well. You know, we shake it over like a talcum powder, and it all drops okay. But when you blow it off after it's dried, you end up. You think that's a bit
blotchy,
isn't it? Whereas the self-adhesive carpet seems to look mint, mate. I like that.
Yeah. As long, make a decent template, and then you should be all right.
Absolutely, mate. Oh, look at that dash of goodness.
I like the way he's done the dials. That UV
glue idea, mate. That is pretty damn.
That's worked a treat, isn't it?
Yeah. What a good idea.
Yeah.
Nicely done door panels there. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
But see, this is what makes the difference, isn't it? Because doing something like that, all right, the bonnet might only get lifted every now and then. But when you lift it, you haven't got a distributor with no leads and a floating alternator. You've got the detail in there, you know?
Yeah, you lift the bonnet and then you got the wow factor.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Because I tend to do it with alternators. I always try to scratch build a little alternator strap, you know, because it's one thing that model kit manufacturers do. They do the alternators, but they don't do anything that attaches it to the engine block.
No, they're just sort of floating in space.
Yeah, and it's like, really? Yeah, I like that. Look at that.
Ooh, that's nice.
Now, I bet BAP will admit to doing brum brum noises, Dave. Not that we're trying to throw Paul under the bus.
See, the question is, does David Hunter do?
Now, see, I can imagine David Hunter does do brum brum noises, but I think he does it in a very
professional way.
Yeah, it's not a. It's a very highly tuned broomage.
Yes.
A performance engine broom.
Yes.
Yeah, look at them wheels, Dave.
Ooh.
Absolutely gorgeous, don't they?
Stunning.
Whoa, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's good work.
Phil Holden shared a post here of his 432 that he's been doing. Have you a bit of that? And it's 432, Dave, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this must mean if he's saluting,
There must be a Rupert
there's got to be a
somewhere.
Rupert in the vicinity, Dave, isn't there? And he's over in that corner because he's looking. So yeah. That's, what do we reckon? What do we reckon of this, guys? Is he a Campbell, a Crawford, a Finlay, Tarquin? The Rupert, that is, you know. But
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald. Oh, that's a good one. Fitzgerald Cunningham Smythe.
That's a good one. I like that.
Not Smith, but Smythe. Smythe, because it's got a Y.
Smith with a Y.
Yeah, Smythe. Cunningham Smythe.
Oh, chummy bumbly.
And he's there going, yeah, and that is a serious mortar 432, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. Well done, Phil. Top job again, mate.
That's good. Like that.
That was Philip Prime's link for his shenanigans for his Tuesday night live stream that he does. Apologies for not making it this week, but yeah, real life. Happy days. Dan Croak on gold, Dave. Look, latest completion, the 24th scale new Toyota Celica ST165. Part 3 of the video's coming soon, and he's got Linky Popsies in there for parts 1 and 2. But Dave, crying out loud, look at that.
Oh.
Oh, it's not fair. Unbelievable stuff, isn't it?
Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah. These ISM guys don't have to do some bloody stunning work.
Mm.
Unbelievable. Really is beautiful. Ray Aquilina says, yeah, very good. The gravity is the best. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
it
right,
certainly
try and get hold of some of that.
it certainly looks the part, Dave, doesn't it? And
It does.
all right, you've got to pay for a little bit extra shipping because it comes over from Spain. But to be honest with you, order 2 or 3 boxes of it and get it shipped over all in one hit, and I think you've more than covered it, you know. So Sarah Jane says another kit she's got in her stash, but look at that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff.
I think sometime this year, I don't know when.
Yeah.
But I will say it now. I am going to do a shiny.
Yes.
I am going to try and get as half as good as Dan and half as good as Paul, and I will be suitably well pleased.
Yeah, it's a good shout. I've got the Gran Torino to do, and do you know something? I might order in some Gravity 2K, even though I've still got half of these pots left. I might just get some and go, do you know something? Go for it on the Torino.
What have I got upstairs? I've got a Scooby and I've got an Evo.
Mm.
And I think I've got a McLaren upstairs as well.
Yeah.
So one of those. I think
Absolutely.
I've been looking at these gorgeous pieces of work and thinking, one must extract one's finger and have a go.
Absolutely. The Bobbins sums up how me and you feel. He says, I feel a bit inadequate after these car builds. They're awesome. They really are.
Yeah, they're as awesome as they are and as stunning as they are. It is a little bit.
Yeah. Sarah Jane,
boring.
I'm going to issue you with your first warning. She says, the bobbins, when I build mine, I'll lower the standard so you'll be okay. So you're getting your first warning for self-deprecation because we've seen your work, Sarah Jane, and you should be proud of it. So I've deducted 5 litres of Malibu from your swimming pool full of Malibu, and it's now held in a locked cage until you learn the error of your ways.
I'm going to go one better than that. I'm going to have 2 40-foot trailer tankers drain the pool.
Oh, I wouldn't have gone that far for her first events. But also, the question that needs answering, if Dan's watching, does Dan do brum brum noises? Because he can conceal that he's doing brum brum noises because he has a very long beard.
Oh.
So he could say, no, I'm not doing brum brum noises. That was my beard stroking the edge of the microphone as I moved my head. It went, vroom, vroom. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Dan, you can have that one to use, mate. Absolutely. But no, all seriousness, beautiful, beautiful executed work yet again. Unbelievable stuff. Damn.
That is good.
Mate, if I could get mine 1% as good as that, I'll be happy. Beautiful. Thanks for sharing.
The achievement will be getting the decals on and straight.
Yeah. And there you go. There's a list of how he's done it with all the paints. Yeah, airbrush. Using that Pro Range 2K. Yeah, that's what I've got, Pro Range 2K at the moment, Dan. And yeah, but I am leaning towards getting some gravity as well, because at the end of the day, if it's good enough for you guys, it's bloody good enough for an idiot like me.
Yeah.
Lisa Smith has shared a link. Carl is in the house. That was a link to her Tuesday night live stream. Pop over and have a watch back, folks, if you didn't get to see it live. And that's Lisa and her husband Carl from Making Models, doing a bit of the old D-Day live. Just Making Conversations. Yay, it's here. Sorry it's a bit late, but it's worth the wait. And this was Malcolm and Jane Skiffins, who are the Just Making Conversation crew, who do a podcast as well. But look at that, Dave.
Ooh.
That is one hell of a sinisterly, slightly creepy subject, but look at how beautifully it's painted.
It's very sinister.
I love it. But look at the guy, look at the fat folds and all of that. Lot.
Yeah.
You know.
But the execution of the paintwork is excellent.
Absolutely. It's beautiful. I mean, all these little pustules and everything and lumps on the skin. Absolutely stunning. This is where he messages us and goes, yeah, it's the box art, mate. But yeah. But yeah, look at them. Beautiful work. Getting the muscles and everything.
Yeah. But he painted an horse.
Look at the horse's eye, Dave.
Oh no.
See, whenever I think of horse or see an horse, I think of poor old Tony and Harold the Wonder Horse. Yeah.
Oh.
Very,
serious. Very serious contemplating.
That's the Rupert's playing Warhammer strategy, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, Tarquin. What? Where is Cunningham Smythe?
Smith, you mean?
Yeah, that's it. And that's the Olga Mole Tribe's tyrant there, looking rather miserable, isn't he? He's like, yeah.
Yes.
You got me up at this time. Really? I ain't even had time to put my mask on. Unless that's a big hammer. Got a bit of a tanky going on. Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful. I do like that. I do like that. And that's the episode there where they're making conversations about wargaming models. Are they really models or just tokens for silly games? There you go. Yeah, I think they're models. At the end of the day, they're made of plastic. You glue them together. For me, that's a model, mate. This is Phil Alden's 432. Dave, bit more progress on it.
432.
Was mentioned.
Enough said.
Yeah, bit more there. And this is the mortar one, isn't it? Because, yeah, clues in all the mortars in the back, Cole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that. We need to find the game now, and where's the Rupert? And that's Fox saying chipping is slowly coming along on his Vanquisher. Light chips filled with rust chips, a very slow process, most of which will vanish when the rest of the weathering goes on top of it. It's almost criminal, isn't it, to weather over it? But yeah.
Yeah.
Again, Dave, look,
I know.
it's unbelievable,
It is
isn't
good.
it? You know, we may pull his chain a lot and mock him, but it's all done in the best possible taste. It's all done as a laugh with him, but he does do some wonderful work. And there you get to see where he's put down the initial lighter shade ready to go over it with the brown, you know, and it is interesting to watch the process, and it fools the eye, Dave, doesn't it?
It does.
So that was his chippage of funularity. There was Joshua, meet the modeller, Yeji Kim, modeller and figure painter that also teaches classes on how to paint figures as well. So pop and have a looky-loo at that. And this was Rossi's last Sunday roast, nom nom, just to cheer me up. And yeah, he's a git, isn't he? Look at that.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't quite know what I was going to have beans on toast, but I think I might have to do something better than that now.
Absolutely, folks. And that was Marcus from the 11th. So, Dave, it's looking like we are pretty much up to date. I'll just do a quick refresh, just in case anyone's posted anything else. Always worth a quick looky-loo, just in case anything recently's gone in. Dan Kramer's shared a link. Into the deep end I go. I've released new videos on my channel. First up is his vid for a humongous ASLab Razor Crest, the unboxing. Good man. Ooh. And next up is a video for Kit Bash scratch build he's doing. So pop over and have a looky-loo on his channel, folks. Remember, if you haven't liked and subscribed, do so. Lynn Dipple's in, just woke up from a really needed squeak. Her alarm went off. Hi, Colin and Dave. Hello, Lynn. Was lovely to catch up with you last night, darling. Mark Ewing's put a picture in. He says, a lot of work over the last few days. I'm back on my car builds after 3 years away. I've now picked up a few to keep him going. He started the Tamiya Nissan Skyline Nismo, and then the Brian car for the original Fast and Furious. Also in the stash is the Tamiya Ford Mustang GT, awaiting paints and decals from Gravity Spain and 2K Clear. So he's going to get all the prep work done.
I do like that Mustang.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? He's got a nice old collection there, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And that's Brian's Mitsubishi Eclipse. Looking forward to
I've got one
that.
of those Z tunes.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, mate. And it's got carbon fibre bonnet and all, so
yeah.
So everyone's saying hello to Lynn, dishing out the hugs. Yeah, look at that. Mustang. Oh, you say?
Mustang.
Big old Mutang. Get hold of that.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah. Suitably prepped. They all make it look so easy, don't they?
I know.
But it's not. It really isn't, you know, and yeah. Yeah, fair play. Look forward to seeing the progress of them, Mark. And that was Alicia with Shania from First Thing, Dave. So that is us pretty much up to date. So I'm going to stop the shareage of the gallery. Wow. Here we are again, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Blown away.
I don't really know which one to pick out because
I can't pick one, mate, to be honest with you. For me, possibly the scratch built container ship is, for me, just something that
up there.
Is scratch built, but
that's kind of in a league of its own, really.
Absolutely, you know. And then you got the guys from the ISM there with their nice shinies, and I love seeing it. I really do, because this is the beauty of the gallery, folks. It's, you know, everyone builds to different levels at the end of the day.
Yes.
Not everyone can do hyper detail or hyper shiny. You know, every one of us builds to our level of competence, you know, and that's what I like about it. You get to see different skill sets and different builders that have not perhaps been in the hobby so long with their first builds, and they're learning, and I love all of that. So keep it coming, folks. A real pleasure. We're gonna start wrapping up now. Sarah Jane says that Mustang was a lovely kit to build. Dorkosaurus says another wonderful gallery. Great work, everyone. Absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
Few people feeling inadequate after all the car builds that have gone in. But I don't know about you, but it inspires us to improve as builders. And hopefully that's what you guys and girls take from these galleries. It's when you see work at that level, you sit there and you think, oh, I'd like to learn how to do that. So you amble over to the channels, don't you? And you sit there and you have a looky-loo, and your confidence starts to grow, and you get what they're using, and you have a go. So makes us better builders, doesn't it?
Yes.
I'm going to wrap up by saying, you know, the usual pimpage at the end. If anyone wants to help support the channel and grow the channel, like and subscribe. You can also join me channel by clicking the join button under any of my video content and on the main screen. You can also help support me on patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, and it helps me keep the content coming for you guys and girls to watch, and it helps us keep the shows going. And you can also support Dave Pimpage.
Support me over on Patreon, patreon.com/Model Maker Dave's Workshop.
There you go.
All patrons gratefully received, and it will help, like Colin, it will help me bring more content for you guys to sit and watch.
Absolutely. On that note, stay safe. Any of you that are in line for any of the storms that are up and coming, batten down the hatches, keep yourselves nice and safe, and we look forward to seeing you on the next stream. Our next one together is going to be Wednesday at the bench, where we'll be doing a bit more work on the diggers for you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be back a bit later with Fox over on the Model Making Guru channel for the Warhammer Sunday. Keep yourselves tuned in every day for Paul ISM doing his daily bench streams. They're a must watch. If you want to learn the super shiny stuff, you know, sit and watch their live streams. Nice bunch of blokes. Have a laugh, have a giggle, share the love, like and subscribe to all their channels. And we'll see you next on Wednesday, I think, Dave, won't we?
Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Wednesday for more digger times.
Absolutely. So we'll see you all then. Thanks for sharing. Stay safe. See you all later, peeps. Right, there you go.
Bye-bye, everyone. Stay safe. Stay well.
Bye-bye.